Shabbat shalom, everyone. Oh, I know we're all chatting and talking still, but we can be more organized and vocal than that. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Shabbat shalom. Wonderful, wonderful. So we are actually going to get started with our announcements. So if I could have our wonderful Amy Wolfson to come up and read the announcements for us, that would be awesome.
Shabbat shalom. I love everybody. I want to sit with everybody. It's hard. My name is Amy Wolfson, and on behalf of the Bethel Board of Trustees, I'd like to welcome you to our Shabbat service. I would also like to wish Mazel Tov to the Ostfeld family, who I'm sure will be here momentarily, in honor of Brian Ostfeld's bar mitzvah tomorrow. You're all invited to the bar mitzvah and, of course, the Kiddush luncheon afterwards, sponsored by the family. If you're new or visiting, Carol, please introduce yourself to me or Rabbi Dime after the service for a warm welcome. We're delighted to celebrate Shabbat with you. And save the date, our annual congregation meeting on Sunday morning, June 8th. It's a meeting, it's brunch, it'll be fun, and Cantor Lisa Levine will be there, actually. She'll be with us that whole Shabbat leading up to the 8th. So check the bulletin for more upcoming events. All details and RSVP links can be found in our Tuesday e-blast. So thank you and Shabbat Shalom.
Let's turn to page 128, 128 for Hine Matov. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. And now, let us turn to page 100. We're going to flip back to page 126, 126. Please join with me together. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created, and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us, and to bring that vision to life. And now, let us look back to page 124 for my favorite reading, one of my favorite readings at the bottom, May the door. Together, may the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. We turn back to page 128, 128. And let us join together in another pre-Shabbat song, because you can't have enough songs to get ready for Shabbat. Ma Yafeh Hayom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Ma Yafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. And one of the lovely things about Shabbat and a long week, is sometimes doing things on the fly and going a little bit out of order. So we're going to jump to page 148, 148, and I invite you to join with me in the Ma'ariv Aravim, in the English at the bottom of the page, 148. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. Baruch atah Adonai, ha-ma'ariv aravim. And now let us turn to page 150, 150. Please join with me in the English. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. And now, let us turn back to page 120, 120. And I'd like to welcome up the Ostfelds for the candles and the Kiddush. And so, let me get this pre-light lit here. So we start on page 120, 120 with the candles. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner, Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. And now we turn to page 123, 123, for the Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziyad Mitzrayim, ki בשבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון, הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת. אמן. לחיים. Thank you all very much for coming up. And Brian Ostfeld, the one who was holding the wine, great job, is going to be our bar mitzvah tomorrow morning. So you should all come back. Brian is going to be great. I've heard him practice. And we're actually going to have him up for a Vishamru later on this evening. So don't get too comfortable, Brian. We'll get John up here later on. So let us now turn to page 142 for Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachi Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachi Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ni L'Shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachi Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachi Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And now, having invoked the angels to join us this Shabbat with Shalom Aleichem, I invite us to turn for our call to worship to page 146 for the Baruch Hu. I invite you to rise in body or spirit. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMvorach, Leolam Va'ed. And I invite you to remain standing in body or spirit as we rock it right to the Shema, page 152. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. You may be seated. The Ve'ahavta, page 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, B'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'vetecha ובלכתך בדרך, ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. And now we turn to page 159, 159, and this is all about the seas parting with the Michamocha. So give me a moment to take a drink. Page 159. Sing the song of people joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. And now we look back to page 158, 158 for Michamocha. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים. זה אלי אנו ואמרו, זה אלי אנו ואמרו. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. And now we turn to page 160, 160 for the Hashkivenu. Let's read the English together on the Hashkivenu at the bottom of the page before we get to the song. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. And we hope over all the world as well. Hashkivenu at the top of the page. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu lechayim. And now we turn to page 162, 162 for Vishamru, and it is my honor and pleasure to invite our bar mitzvah boy, Brian Ostfeld, to the bima to help us lead us in Vishamru tonight.
Make sure. Is that good? Oh. Yeah. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledortam b'rit olam b'nei b'nin b'nei Yisrael Oti leolam, oti leolam, vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledortam b'rit olam. Keshashami asa Adonai et Yesharim V'tharat v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledortam b'rit olam b'nei v'yom avrim shava v'navash shava v'navash shava v'navash v'shamru B'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledortam b'rit olam.
Great job, Brian. Thank you. It's always good. I say it every time a bar bat mitzvah person comes up. It's always good to share the bima. Great to have people come up and practice, especially to get the jitters up before your bar mitzvah. So good stuff. Let us now turn to page 164. 164. And we'll be going from 164 through 170 on the even numbered pages. So we start on page 164. I invite you to rise in body or spirit. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, L'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Vezrat Sarah, page 168, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye Hakol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishene Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Mimid Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atah L'Hachayot Hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh Hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukdoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. You may be seated. Let's turn to page 175. 175. Please join with me at the bottom of the page. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, and our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'odcha levadcha bi'yirah na'avod. And now we turn to page 177. 177. Please join with me at the top of the page. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us, so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'lecha na'eh lehodot. And now we turn to page 178. 178, because for all those things that we are grateful for all of the wonderful things in our lives, we are still praying for peace. Shalom Rav, page 178. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lecho hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lecho hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol et u'b'chol sha'a b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai hamvarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. And now, we have prayed for peace. Our thoughts turn to those who are in need of healing, whether it is healing of mind or of body or of spirit. The congregation is thinking for healing tonight of Pearl Levin, Carol Friedman, Carol Wallace, Carol Solomon, June Van, Rabbi Michael Matchison, Sherry Chait, Larry Michaelov, Antoinette Worrell, Linda Chambliss, Judge Frank Caprio, Fran Marcus, Howard Silvers, Paige Hedrick, Kathy Weiner, Rob Moreland, Ben Beltran, Jeff Mayer, Linda Margolis, Sadie Charlotte Schwartz, Dean Fiandaca, Arthur Iglico, Rose Iglico, Carolyn Boyles, David Charles, Ken Friedman, Dawn Demelia, Jackie Gould, Michael Bierman, Nancy Rubenstein, Rita Friedman, Leonard Reed, Scott Silvers, Randy Pakula, Marlene Shear, Stuart Shear, all Israelis still being held hostage, all Israeli soldiers injured in war, and all civilians injured in any war. If there's anyone here that has a name that you would like to share with the community of someone for whom you are praying for healing, I invite you to do so as my eyes meet yours. We hold all of their names together as a community. I invite you to turn to page 371, and to rise in body or spirit for the Mishiberach, our prayer for healing. Mishiberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. May those who will not be healed on this earth be blessed with nights free from suffering and days filled with peace. May God grant strength and comfort to those who care for the sick. May God help us to find hope and courage as we face fear and loss. May all who are ill be surrounded by the love of friends, loving companions, family, and community. And let us say, Amen. You may be seated. We take a few moments for silent meditation, and we'll come out of silent meditation with Oseh Shalom on page 180. Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru Imru Amen. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Well, Shabbat Shalom again, everyone. All right, I'm going to give that one to you because it's been a long week for all of us, but I expect there to be plenty of Shabbat energy to celebrate your Shabbats later on. So, it is really good to be able to be here and celebrate Shabbat with all of you. And, Brian, this is awesome for you and for your whole family. What a milestone, your bar mitzvah. So I'm really looking forward to it tomorrow, and I know that the whole community is excited for you. It's been really great for all of us to watch you grow into the dedicated, brave, and strong person that you already are and the adult you are becoming. So for all of us, very much looking forward to tomorrow, and mazel tov to you and the family. This week, we have the Torah portions Bahar and Bechukotai. Brian will be reading for us from Bechukotai tomorrow. And that Torah portion ends the book of Leviticus. And so, every time we finish a book of the Torah, we have a phrase that we say, which in English means strength, strength, and let us be strengthened. Strengthened by reading the Torah together and studying together, strengthened by praying together, strengthened by being in community together. In the Hebrew, the phrase, it is chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. And so, I'm going to say it again, and then I want all of us to say it together, okay? This is a phrase that all of us should be speaking out loud. It goes chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. Okay, all together. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. Excellent, excellent. Because these words remind us that being in community, studying Torah together, makes us stronger, emotionally, physically, spiritually, morally, as we carry that strength with us to face the challenges in our lives. Because facing life, living a good life, does take strength. Strength to stand up against bullies. Strength to stand up against anti-Semitism. Strength to stand up for ourselves. And strength to ask for help. Strength to ask for forgiveness. And strength to do what's right, even when it's hard. There are many ways to be strong, many ways in our tradition, many of our ancestors that show us this. One of the most painful to think about ways of being strong is Abraham circumcising himself. That took a lot of strength I can't even imagine. So that's one kind of strength. There is Esther being strong and saving our people in a different way. And so I invite all of us to take a moment and think about a time when you were strong. Maybe it's even this week. When's a time in your life that you were strong? Last week, I spoke about what the strength it takes to stand up for yourself, to name a harm or a way that you were wronged, and to begin the process of healing. This week, we turn to something just as important, having mercy. In our tradition, we strive to practice midot, moral and ethical values. And the one that I'd like to highlight tonight is chemla, mercy. Mercy means showing kindness and compassion, even when it's difficult. It means forgiving those who may have hurt us, and remembering at times we need to forgive ourselves. In Bechukotai, God says, even if you break the covenant, even if you go astray, even if you forget who you are, I, God says, will not forget you, will not forget us, the Jewish people. If you return to me, God says, I will welcome you back with open arms. That's God being merciful. Our turning back to doing what we know is right, is tshuva, that turning back, that returning to being our best selves. No one, we learn in this Torah portion, is ever too far gone. We can always turn back and begin again. Which brings me to a true story from our history not that long ago. Rabbi Aryeh Levine lived in Jerusalem in the early through to the mid-1900s. And part of that was during the British Mandate, when the British were in charge of that region. And the British put many of us, many Jews there who were fighting for the freedom of Israel, to put them in prison. And so these were people from underground fighters, and they were put in prison. Many were scared, some had regrets, and all of them felt forgotten. Rabbi Levin would walk in, shake their hands, and say, I am here with you, I see you, you are not forgotten. He didn't judge them, he simply showed up. Sorry, this thing is making some noise. He simply showed up with mercy and with strength. His kindness reminded them that they were still human, still worthy of love. Rabbi Aryeh Levin once said, "When I go to visit them, it is as if I myself am a prisoner. Their pain is my pain. Their fear is my fear." His action, being there with them, is what it means to be loving your neighbor, to love your neighbor. His strength wasn't physical power. It was strength from the heart. His ability to see the good in someone even when they couldn't see it in themselves. That is mercy, and that too is a form of strength. So we ask ourselves, who can we forgive? Who needs our mercy? Where can we soften our hearts and offer forgiveness to someone? And perhaps most importantly, where can we forgive ourselves? As we close the book of Leviticus and prepare to open the book of Numbers, let us carry these lessons with us. Let us choose kindness. Let us choose compassion. Let us build a world that suits us being our best selves. May we find the strength to ask for forgiveness, the strength to show mercy to others and to ourselves, and the strength to walk the paths of righteousness. Be strong, and let us be strengthened. Let us say together again, Chazak, Chazak, V'nit Chazek. Brian, I cannot wait to celebrate with you and your family tomorrow. It is your bar mitzvah, and may it be for you a source of joy, a source of inspiration, and a source of pride. Not just for you, but for your whole family and the whole community, all of us lucky enough to be on this journey with you. Shabbat shalom, everyone. You turn to page 678, 678, and I invite you to rise in body or spirit for Hatikva, Israel's national anthem. Kol od balevav pnima, nefesh Yehudi homiya, ulfate mizrach Kadima, Ayin leTzion Tzofia, Od lavda tikvatenu, Hatikva bat shnot apayim, Liotam chofshi be'artzenu, Eretz Tzion v'Yerushalayim, Liotam chofshi be'artzenu, Eretz Tzion v'Yerushalayim. And now I invite us to turn back to page 586, 586 for Aleinu, and to remain standing in body or spirit. We're on the bottom right of page 586. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula leotzer bereshit, shelo asanu k'geyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 588. שהוא נוטה שמיים ומייסד הארץ, ומושבי קרוב בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. 591 ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. You may be seated. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old people who wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your siblings walking in the street beside you. And when you need me, just put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give to me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known and loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands, by letting go of children who need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. The congregation is thinking of those whom we have had to give away, those whom we have lost. The congregation is thinking of those whom we have lost within the last year. Barry Schoenfeld, Milton Margolis, David Shaknovsky, David Friedman, David Cohen, Mike Hyman, Alice Macaulay Schumer, Carol Mandel, Helen Gerber, Jerry Chait, Shirley Mendelson, Bryce Rutten, Eliezer Ben Yehuda, and Jim DeArmond. We're also thinking of those whom we have lost at this time in years past. Rose Baumgarten, Joseph Lieberman, Anne P. Marco, Martin Sills, Mildred Sterling, and Esther Van. If there is anyone here that has a name that you would like to share with the community of someone that you have lost, I invite you to do so as my eyes meet yours. We hold all of their names together as a community. I invite you to turn to page 598, and to rise in body or spirit for the Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayachon u'v'yomachon, u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'elam u'lamei amaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yinaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudesha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the one who makes peace on high bring comfort to all who are bereaved, and let us say, amen. You may be seated. Let's turn to page 626 for Ein Keloheinu. Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkeinu, ein k'moshienu, mich Eloheinu, mich Adonenu, mich Malkeinu, mich Moshienu, nodel Eloheinu, nodel Adonenu, nodel Malkeinu, nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. And now we look back to page 603 for the priestly benediction, which is my honor to be able to say over all of you. I invite you to rise in body or spirit for this blessing that the priests used to say at the temple in ancient Jerusalem. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, shalom, shalom. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. Shabbat shalom, everyone.